Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to session 4 of the first day of week 2. We are going to cover task 3 out of the 5 tasks for the unit called Organize Business Meeting, BSBOPS405. It's a small task, and as we discuss in task 2, they should go parallel. Right? So you can select whatever you are doing in your workplace or in a simulated work environment for SIM company. As usual, please write all the details with your signature and tick this box because it's conducted online. Okay, this assignment requires you to demonstrate the knowledge and skills required to organize, attend, and take notes during a business meeting. For this task, you should bring any relevant or pre-prepared material resources from your first meeting from AT2, Appendix ATD, any policy procedure, code of conduct, everything, right? It should be in a safe workplace, either complete in your own company or with SIM company's simulated work environment. How is this task ensuring requires you to work with a team in order to consult with meeting participants to confirm requirement and availability, confirm resource requirement, and take notes during the meeting. So if you could recall task 2, I'll quickly open that. Okay, so in our task 2, we had few subtask that was 2.6 onwards, right? That was to take notes, minutes meeting, right? That was there. That was Appendix D. Then email for approval of minutes of meeting and a final after approval or any changes, final minutes of meeting. Okay. It's max 15 minutes. Doesn't say minimum. You decide how much is minimum. Okay, that's fine. That's the video recording. Okay. Before you begin this assessment, please familiarize yourself with all the project documentation you have completed so far in assessment task 282. What you will need: check all the resources that you need for the meeting that are present before it starts. Take accurate notes of the meeting discussion. Okay. Begin by checking that all the resources you need for the meeting are present before it starts. This could include things like equipment, internet access, seating. Note that you will complete the checklist as per step 5 in assessment task 2. Confirming resources. So if you, okay, I think I should share my screen. I'll bring it here. Okay. Right. So this is task 3. In task 2, as you can see, assessment 2.5, it was Appendix C, meeting checklist. This thing is task 282. Okay. So that's what you are doing. So you are using that thing. Okay. Check, check, check. This is done. This is done. This is done or not. You have to present that thing. At the start of the meeting, begin by introducing yourself. For example, face, and greeting other attendee. It could be Edward. We remember we were talking about at least two other, and let's say huge. Okay, and confirming the purpose of the meeting before handing over to the chairperson. Right? In this case, there is no chairperson. If you can, your manager is not there. Yeah, very applicable. Or just write chairperson is not available. Right? That's it. It's a very simple task. You are checking the resources, making the meeting notes, greeting the attendee. You could be the chairperson as well. right? So that's fine. Then you are leading the meeting, right? When required, you may need to contribute to the meeting discussion. You are permitted to consolidate your notes with other students at the end of the meeting, so you're not missed anything. So demonstrate few things like that. Okay. What I must again insist is reading this checklist. This will ensure that you are not doing a second attempt of your video. In the first attempt, it should be good. So student perform checks. So this should be there. When I look at your video, so okay, for example, let me demonstrate the real stuff. Okay. So what I'm saying now is as if you are recording, right? So I'm saying on behalf of myself. I don't want to say anyone's name. Okay. Welcome everyone to this meeting. My name is Dushantana. We will begin this meeting for we'll begin this meeting with a check of all the required resources, and then I'll read the printed document. That is Appendix C. If I'm not wrong, yes, Appendix C, right? It can be each e-list, it can be printed list. I will read all this. Okay, name of the meeting, yes, we know the purpose, we know why we are here, date of the meeting, that's there, that's everything, parking, blah, blah. Equipment, yes. If it is maybe not facility, then I can say not applicable. Overhead projector, malfunctioning, for example. Yeah, so I will take this into account, right? I will take this into account and checking this thing, catering, everything. Okay, so we have all the requirement met for the meeting. Now we are ready to start the meeting. So when my assessor is watching that video, he can say that, okay, the student has met all the required work. Yeah, right. The student arrange and participate in a meeting with the team, taking accurate note. So while I'm taking participation in a meeting, I'm also making my notes. Yeah. Remember that e-notes, the Google Docs thing, yeah, from speech to text, that will help. Okay. During the meeting, students introduced themselves, greeted the attendee, confirmed the purpose, listened for and recorded any specific information, asked question, and responded to clarifying idea. Okay. And finally, you have to respond these three questions. Question 1, what checks did you perform to ensure resources were there? Okay, you can say, oh, I physically inspected that everything was there. Yeah, I confirm with my meeting participant or confirm with the allocation specialist, whatever you say it here. How did you go about taking notes from the meeting? Again, you can say I use Google Docs, I use Google Meet, or me and along with my friend were taking manual notes for any points, or I had a spare person who was sorry, I had a spare person who was just taking notes. Yeah. And finally, what technique or strategy did you use to ensure you did not miss any information? I had my checklist, I followed step by step, and once it happened, I cross from the list as actioned, so I don't miss anything. That is it. Okay, a very simple task in terms of the words and everything, right? Right. Again, I'll repeat task 3, and then I'm leave the floor open for any question. What you are doing, okay, is by checking the resources. So Appendix C, introduce yourself, right? So for example, I am Faiz, introducing, other people like Edward and Hugh, for example. And Faiz could be the chairperson as well. When you are done with it, you are making notes. Remember, you have to follow all these points. Where did it go? 2.5, yeah, 2.6, the notes thing, 2.7 minutes of meeting, email for approval, and after approval, distributing the minutes note. And that's why it's could be a bit bigger. Okay. When you're done with part 1 and 2, ensure that you are looking at the checklist before you write your script. This is for the observation checklist, right? And Once you're ready, script is done, provide responses to these 3 questions. That's it. So 3 questions, meeting the checklist, completing everything that is associated with task 2, 2.5 onwards, 2.6 onwards, everything. And that's it. That's all about it. Nice and easy.